Hello and welcome to a new edition of our program, The Daily Debate. And in this edition of the program, we will talk about Egypt's ambitious development projects. Egypt, under the leadership of President Fattah al-Sisi, has been focused on implementing initiatives that not only create jobs and enhance infrastructure, but also improve access to services and stimulate economic growth, thereby positioning Egypt as a regional leader in sustainable development. Egypt is undergoing a transformative era marked by a series of ambitious development projects designed to achieve comprehensive economic growth, strengthen its economy, and significantly raise the standard of living for its citizens. In this regard, the country has launched a wide range of infrastructure initiatives, not only contributing to global environmental goals, but also creating jobs and attracting foreign investments. Tonight, along with our distinguished guest, Ali Badr, Minister Plenipotentiary Board Member of UN Association, we will discuss Egypt's solid foundation for its future generations, ensuring that the benefits of growth segments of society. Good afternoon, Dr. Mongy.
Yeah, good evening for you and your viewers, and my pleasure to be with you tonight.
Yes, and as usual, dear viewers, we'll start our program with a as Egypt has embarked on an ambitious path of major development projects across various sectors of the economy, with a clear aim to achieve comprehensive development, strengthening the economy and elevate the standard of living for its citizens. More in this report.
Egypt has embarked on an ambitious path of major development projects across various sectors of the economy, with a clear aim to achieve comprehensive development, strengthen the economy, and elevate the standard of living for its citizens. One of the cornerstones of this development strategy is the construction of the new administrative capital, a mega project that seeks to alleviate congestion in Cairo while offering a state-of-the-art urban center equipped with advanced infrastructure, modern housing and smart technologies. In addition to the new administrative capital, Egypt has launched various infrastructure projects aimed at boosting transportation and connectivity. Among these, the construction of the high-speed electric railway stands out. This project connects the Mediterranean city of Alexandria with Upper Egypt, significantly improving the movement of goods and people. By modernizing the transportation networks, the government aims to reduce travel time, enhance trade and integrate Egypt more effectively into global supply chains, contributing to the nation's economic growth. The country is also heavily investing in renewable energy, particularly through projects like the Bimban Solar Park, one of the largest solar farms in the world. This initiative is in line with Egypt's commitment to diversify its energy sources and move toward sustainability. By expanding its renewable energy capacity, Egypt plays a pivotal role in global efforts to combat climate change, creating jobs and make the country more attractive to foreign investors. Also, significant efforts have been made to improve healthcare and education, which are seen as essential components of long-term development. The government has increased investment in building new hospitals and medical centers across the country. In education, initiatives to expand access to digital learning aims to equip the younger generation with the skills necessary to thrive in a rapidly changing global economy. Egypt's wide-ranging development projects reflect a comprehensive approach to national growth, combining infrastructure, energy, healthcare, education and agriculture to achieve development. The government's focus on modernizing various sectors while ensuring environmental sustainability and social inclusion is set to transform Egypt's economy and enhance the quality of life for its citizens, paving the way for a prosperous future.
Welcome back, viewers, and you're still watching the daily debate. And now, question to Dr. Mongy. How key infrastructure projects currently underway in Egypt, and how are they expected to contribute to economic growth?
In fact, mega projects, we have a plan to achieving comprehensive and sustainable development, strengthen economy, and raising standard of living of citizens. This is the most important object of mega projects. If we are going to mention this in details, I'm going to mention the objects concentrate on 4 items. First one, comprehensive development, because it will cover all sectors, including industry, agriculture, energy, transportation, housing, and health, with the aim of achieving balanced development through. Number 2, strengthen economy. What we mean by this word? We mean project contribute to diversifying the sources of income, attracting foreign investment, creating new jobs opportunities, leading to sustainable economic development. In fact, related attracting investment, I mean this: local investment, Arab investment, and foreign investment. And we have all the tools, all the measures which help decision maker in Egypt to attract foreign investment. Egypt, it's number 1 in Africa for attracting foreign investment. Egypt is number 1 in North African countries. Egypt is number 2 in Arab countries attracting foreign investment. This is what it means. What it means that the infrastructure which we did and which we spent more than 10 trillion Egyptian pound for this, it helped the decision maker in Egypt to attract foreign investment. It helped to create jobs, opportunities for the new generation. And number 2, strengthen economy. What I mean by this word? Project contribute to diversifying all the sectors and also raising the standard of living citizen. This mega project, it will improve the quality of life of citizens, because of us. If you are going to create jobs, it means that we will increase the income of the new generation or the youth, because they have monthly salary of that. And this mega project, or especially infrastructure project, create more than 5 million job opportunity, such as water and sanitation. Sanitation is very important, not only for big cities like Cairo or Alexandria, but also for countryside. Developing infrastructure, it doesn't mean that we already set mega project for infrastructure and we stop. No, we develop it from time to time, building houses for middle class and poor class, and providing job opportunity. The last one, achieving food security, and this, it's a very sensitive point. Food security, agriculture project aim to increase agriculture production, local market needs, and also achieving self-sufficiency in many agriculture products, especially in wheat, food, and also in oil. So is making reclamation, land reclamation, and we are very close to reclaiming 3 million hectares. Today 3 million, and our aim to reach 5 million. You see, so we are building for and also for the future. So the most prominent for the ongoing project, in fact, it's 5 sectors also. Infrastructure projects, which we mentioned this, including constructions of road, bridge, tunnels. Of course, tunnels, if we talk about tunnels, so we talk about Sinai. It's easy to reach Sinai now. Now we have 6 tunnels under Suez Canal. Energy project. this what will help us the shortage of producing electricity. And also housing projects, as we mentioned, it's for the middle class and the poor class. Industrial.
And developing slum areas, of course.
Yes, of course. It's a very valid point.
One of the important
to speak
projects.
that, yeah, we are very close
to other places.
Yes, we are very close to finish this slums area.
Yes.
The other one, it's an industrial project aiming to develop this sector. As you know that before that, Egyptian economy depend on real estate sector, the service sectors.
Yes.
But after 2016, we started to concentrate on agriculture and the industry. 2022, we started to the process of restructuring Egyptian economy. So what I mean by restructuring Egyptian economy, it means that we are moving from service economy to productive economy, depending on industry and agriculture. In this regard, I would like to explain one point. Inside industrial sector, we divide for traditional industry and high value added industry. What I mean by high or value added industry, I mean it's the industry of information technology and also AI, artificial intelligence, chemicals, and also medical industry. All these sectors, it produce high value added. So we try to concentrate on 4 or 5 sectors. These 5 sectors, it has value added, and this will attract the classic sector or traditional sector later. So the point, shall we capable to compete in this 3 or 4 sector? Yes, we are competing. Because of what? Because the science of economy change from resource economy to knowledge economy. And the knowledge economy count or depend on youth.
Yes.
And our society, more than 65% are youth. So we can compete, yes. By the way, Egypt is number 3 globally in IT sourcing. And we are planning to be number 2. Egypt now, we are attracting a lot of industries in IT and AI, and also our government is exerting its utmost to build technology universities. Now we moved from only one smart village in 6th of October city to now how many? 27 centers for technology in all Egypt, starting from Alexandria, ending from to Aswan.
Yes.
In fact, the last one, it's agriculture project, as we used to explain, that we make reclamation, land reclamation for and in the meantime, we increase the productivity of agricultural sector. Can you imagine that we are Egypt? It's number 1 in producing wheat. Can you imagine?
Yes.
Yeah, because 1 hectare, it's producing 150% as it's in Russia or Ukraine or where. So we increase productivity, but unfortunately, we have constraint or we have limit because of what? Of water. We don't have enough water to make big reclamation. Otherwise, if we don't have this limit, we are going to reach self-sufficiency in food sector.
So, sir, in what way do infrastructural projects in Egypt contribute to social inclusion and equity?
In fact, it will lead me to expected impact of the mega projects. This project will achieve radical transformation in the Egyptian economy and the society through, number 1, increasing economic growth by creating new jobs and increasing productivity. Number 2, improving the standard of living by providing basic service and developing infrastructure. Number 3, attracting investment by providing attractive environment for investment. Strengthen Egyptian regional and international position by achieving comprehensive development and improving infrastructure. By the way, if you don't strong in economy, you cannot compete regionally or globally.
Yes.
So that's why this create to Egypt, this mega project already created to Egypt a very good image globally. And now you can talk about the strength of Egypt in economy, in military, in transportation, in infrastructure, in seaport, in many sectors. Mention that you are unique in this sector, especially in smart cities. Egypt now it have more than 23 smart cities now, and these cities, all of them, they are for industrial sector in many sectors.
Yes.
So this يعني we used to call that Egypt already moved from crisis economy to start off to be developed, growing economy.
Yes.
Yes. You can see that, and you يعني with confidence 100%. Already we moved to industrial economy very soon, inshallah.
So if we talk about the Prime Minister's meeting today with Egyptian intellectuals and thinkers, tell us more about the topics he tackled with them today.
Today it was a meeting with His Excellency Dr. Madbouli, with intellectual thinker in Egypt in all fields. This meeting continued for 4 hours, and they discussed many items. Number 1, in society sector, they discussed how to increase the awareness of Egyptian people about what the government are doing for them, for the present and for the future. Number 2, for economy, they explain that mega projects create a lot of job opportunities. And mega projects and the economic activity of Egyptian government, it doesn't compete private sector. No, they are they never compete, but they are coordinate with private sector. Number 3, they talk about commodity and cash support for the Egyptian. Number 4, they talk about the culture, how we keep our fixed value, and in the meantime to be a little bit flexible with international values. Number 2, how we can use the smart power of Egypt to conclude economic result or economic conclusion.
Yes.
Like America, you know that Hollywood in America, they are contributing in national product of America around 20%. Can you imagine? From culture sector. Can we copy them? Of course we can. India already copy them, and they have big area, they call it Bollywood city. It's more or less copy from Hollywood.
Yes.
Yeah. So can we do the same? It's okay. We can. We have the people. We are more than 110 million population, and also most of Egyptian, they are willing to be an actor or to be football player. So we can use it.
Yes.
The last point is they talk about industry, how we can change Egyptian economy from classic sector to high value added. I mean by industry that we should stop exporting of raw material.
Yes.
Number 2, we should increase our export. We should minimize our import. We should support private sector. We should submit a lot of incentives to attract foreign direct investment. We invest in infrastructure, so we should maximize the benefits from infrastructure by reclaiming land for agriculture and by building or constructing factories in Egypt. Also, Mr. Prime Minister, he stressed how use size or the positive size of technology to develop our industry and to develop our agriculture. Of course, he mentioned to the dam in Ethiopia, and he mentioned that till this moment, this dam doesn't affect our quota in water, the same quota, but if we feel that there is any steps to reduce our quota, we have our measures to guarantee our quota. Also, Mr. Prime Minister, he mentioned that the regional activities, it hurt our economy, especially what happened in South of Red Sea. It affected completely the receipts or the revenue of Suez Canal. Now, unfortunately, we lost more than $6 billion because of the conflict between Israel and Gaza Strip. Of course, mentions that in our policy, in the Egyptian foreign policy, we are calling for peace. Our policy and our strategy, economic development, our message to the all people, to our neighbor and globally, that we want to live in peace. We would like to minimize the conflict in Middle East, not only in Middle East, but globally also. Egypt, it has the right path and the straight path that all our foreign policies, it's for the Egyptian people, just to increase their welfare and also to find more jobs and also to develop our economy and also to have our situation globally and regionally, because we are a country of history and a civilized country.
Yes. So, sir, also how do you view the role public-private partnerships play in Egypt's ambitious development projects?
In fact, this also point, they discuss this point, how we can reach partnership between public sector and the private sector, and also how we can encourage the private sector to have a partnership with foreigner partners. They discuss this, and Mr. Prime Minister, he mentions that according to our policy, we started to decrease public investment and to give a chance to private sector. But unfortunately, private sector cannot fill the gap. So our economic growth today, it's very low. It's around 3%. Before, when the public sector is leading investment, it was 5% and 6%. So this proof that Egyptian private sector, he prefer to work in special sectors, and he doesn't to go heavily to industry sector. It will take time to convince our people in private sector to move from real estate sector to industry sector, and also move from trade sector to industry sector. It will take time, so that's why we used to call, we need to change the culture of Egyptian people. This really we need to change, because of what? If we didn't support the industry sectors, you will never be have the ability to compete. Because of what? There is international words or sentences, it mentions that stability, it comes from agriculture. okay? And the infrastructure will bring to you money, and the industry will bring to you all things. The countries in Asia, they apply this sentence, and in Egypt we try, in fact. We are very close to be successful, and inshallah, but we need more patience, we need more will, and we request our government to continue to complete infrastructure projects, and in the meantime we try to push private sector to play very active role in economy.
Yes, Dr. Mongy will go to have a look on our second report for today. As in recent years, Egypt going a profound transformation driven by an ambitious series of development projects aimed at achieving comprehensive economic growth and the standard of living for its people. Here is the full story.
In recent years, Egypt has been under profound transformation driven by an ambitious series of development projects aimed at achieving comprehensive economic growth and improving the standards of living for its people. In this regard, the Egyptian government is working on multiple fronts to foster sustainable development that benefits citizens across the country. These efforts are not only reshaping Egypt's economic landscape, but also empowering communities and creating a more inclusive society. A key focus of Egypt's development strategy is enhancing infrastructure to support economic activity and improve the quality of life. The country has seen extensive road construction and upgrades, including the expansion of the national road networks. Projects like the construction of the regional ring road, which various governorates and facilitates smoother transportation of goods, are essential to boosting trade and commerce. Modernizing transportation infrastructure, including roads, railways and ports, is crucial for enhancing Egypt's competitiveness in regional and global markets, attracting foreign direct investment and creating new jobs. In parallel, Egypt has made significant strides in urban development, particularly initiatives that target housing. Projects such as the social housing programs aim to provide affordable housing for millions of Egyptians, helping to reduce overcrowding in cities and improve living conditions for citizens. By expanding access to modern housing with essential amenities, the government seeks to elevate the standard of living and foster social cohesion. Additionally, these housing projects create employment opportunities in construction and related sectors, further driving economic growth. Another critical aspect of Egypt's development plan is the development of the Daba nuclear power plant and several wind and solar plants, a part of a broader strategy to ensure reliable and sustainable energy supply. These initiatives are crucial not only for meeting domestic energy demands, but also for positioning Egypt as a key player in the global green energy market. Egypt's broad-based development projects reflect a commitment to inclusive growth that touches all aspects of life. These efforts are integral to achieving long-term economic stability, ensuring that the benefits of growth are widely shared across the society.
Welcome back, dear viewers, and you are still watching the debate, and our dear guest, Dr. Mongy Ali Badr, plenipotentiary and board member of UN Association. Yes, Dr. Mongy, can you shed light on the challenges that face the mega projects nowadays?
In fact, in spite of the great positive active for mega project, there are some challenges.
Yes.
This challenge, such as number one, financing.
Yes.
This project cost a lot of money on the budget. Number two, timing. This mega project, it takes a lot of time. Number three, sometimes this mega project can hurt environmental measures. This is the three challenge for the mega project. In fact, our government try its utmost to avoid this risk and this challenge by escalation of the executing of this mega project, and also in the meantime we try to have loans and grant from IMF and World Bank, and these loans with very low interest rate. So that's why we try to minimize the cost of financing side.
Yes. So, sir, also can you shed light on the shifting from commodity support to cash support? Tell us more about this and how the government is planning to do that.
Yeah. In fact, this topic now, it's a very, very sensitive topic. Because of what? Because the government started to request from National Dialogue, please discuss this with Egyptian people and tell me, shall we continue for commodity support, or can we shift from commodity support to cash support, or we can mix between both of them, to have both of them, commodity support and the cash support.
Yes.
In fact, it's this point or this topic, it's sensitive, and also it's very critical. Because of what? Big segment of society, they are preferring commodity support. Another segment, they mention, no, we should move to cash support. I know from my following up this topic that economists and the leader of political parties, they prefer to move from commodity support to cash support, because they mention that commodity support doesn't reach to the poor people.
Yes.
There are the mediator sometimes unfortunately they took some part, and the Prime Minister today, he mentioned that the leakage of commodity support, it's more than 30%. Can you imagine how much the total of commodity support in the budget of 24-25? We call it 636. What it means? 36 billion Egyptian pound.
Okay.
All this, and half of this commodity support go to food and petroleum products. So the discussing of shifting from commodity support to cash support, it will concentrate only on 300 billion Egyptian pound only, not to the total type. Another point, how many citizens benefit from the bread support? 71 million population. They are benefit from bread support system. And more than 61 million citizens also benefits from subsidized food commodities. So you have a support for the bread, and you have another support for food commodities. طيب, the most important point, would you think National Dialogue will prefer commodity support or cash support? Unfortunately, till this moment, the majority preferring to move from commodity support to cash support. And this, unfortunately, will affect many people. Because of what? Are you sure about the behavior of low-class families? They will behave rationally to divide what they are to have as they will spend in food, or they are going to spend to some other commodities. And after they finish the money which they have, after 1 week or 2 weeks, how about the rest of the months? They are going to go for something else. So The system of distributing essential goods, they are including, I'm going to mention to you the items: bread, oil, and sugar at low price. Through we have a card, but there are some doubts about the reality of the support reaching to those who deserve this commodity support. There is doubts. Dr. Fakhr al-Fiqi, the head of planning and the budget committee in the Egyptian House of Representatives, previously estimated the value of the proposed cash support per person, around 200 Egyptian pound. So to each person, if we move to cash support, he will take 200 Egyptian pound in his hand. Suppose that we have a family of 6 or 7.
Each one will take 200? Or the whole family?
No, each person 200.
Yes.
So if the family 5 person, they are going to have 1,000 per month. In the meantime, the government will continue to support the poor people by commodity like oil, sugar, and wheat. So we have a transitional period, and this will start from the coming budget, 25-26.
Yes.
It's not today. In the meantime, the value or the amount of subsidy or support, it will continue the same. It doesn't mean that we are going to move, it means that the money will go to the budget. No, the money will go to the people. And instead of commodity, it will be cash. So, what we need to move from commodity to cash support or cash subsidy, we need to educate the citizen. You should educate the citizen about the importance of switching to cash support system, and we should explain the benefit and or the advantage and the disadvantage of commodity support. And also we should provide accurate database. Who deserve the support? It should be very accurate database. To those eligible for cash support, among the advantage, I'm going to mention the advantage of cash support: lifting the state's guardianship over the citizen. It means that I'm going to leave the freedom citizen to decide which commodity he is going to buy. This number one. Granting him to the right to choose the goods that meet his needs. In addition to confronting corruption in the implementation of commodity support. It's against the corruption. So if we move to cash support, we are going to minimize corruption. Okay. Also, the most important of which is the existing of 2 different prices for one commodity. What I mean by this point is that the price of sugar under commodity support, it's around 16 Egyptian pound or 12. And if you go to supermarket, you are going to buy by around 30 Egyptian pound per kilo. You see, so one commodity with 2 prices. And this sometimes create corruption. Also, I would like to stress, before implementation, we should set up control to ensure the success of the transitional to cash support. You should control, including identified category of those eligible for support who will receive it, whether the family or each individual separately. Because under one family, you have a poor man and you have a rich man. So database, it should be very accurate. Determining the value of the support and whether the cash value will be linked to inflation rate. This it's very. Shall next budget we mentioned 200 Egyptian pound per citizen. Suppose inflation rates go up. So in this case, I should increase
the cash.
The cash. Okay, that's right. So also we need to form or to set up a committee from the government and the civil society to review the value of the support periodically. It means from time to time, according to the development of the price of the strategic goods in the market, given the importance and sensitivity of the shift to cash support in the society. Also, we stress.
This is a form of economic reform also.
Yeah. By the way, I would like to be a little bit frankly with you. This is the advice of IMF.
To move to cash.
Yes.
So also one final question, sir. President Fattah al-Sisi implemented measures and many social initiatives to ensure the benefits of development projects are equitably distributed across different regions in Egypt. What does that reflect?
In fact, Mr. President, since he came to be a president on 2014, he concentrated on some field. Number one, infrastructure. Number two, poor people. And in the meantime,
rural areas.
Yeah, of course, it's rural areas or slums areas. It was shame that areas before, but now, alhamdulillah, we almost completely we developed these areas, or we moved them to placement areas and the placement housing. In fact, Mr. President, he set up the Haya Karima program and the Takaful wa Karama program. And by the way, I would like to state here that United Nations in New York, they mentioned one of the best program globally is Haya Karima.
Yes, decent life.
And they advise the African countries to have a copy from Haya Karima program to apply it in their countries. And this, it's a good certificate for Haya Karima. Also, Mr. President, he mentions that what I need to have Egypt very strong, and in the meantime to try to minimize the number of poor families. And in the meantime, he stressed many times that he would like to create a lot of job opportunities and also to develop education. In the meantime, we should make a link between education and between vocational training. Because training which will give you the chance to be ready for the market. Maybe you have a certificate from the university, but you don't know how to deal.
The market needs vocational. More vocational.
It's vocational training. It's very important. This I used to mention that if we are maximizing the values of education, in the meantime we should maximize the value of vocational training.
Yes, finally, I'd like to thank you, Dr. Mongy Ali Badr, Minister Plenipotentiary and board member of the Association. Thank you, sir, for being with us today.
Thank you for you, and good evening.
Good evening. And by that, dear viewers, we come to the end of today's edition of Daily Debate. Thank you for watching.
أننا جميعا سنحافظ